Thank you. Thank you, Dami, for handling the screen sharing, the sharing of the information. That is greatly appreciated. Okay, so we are here for the orientation of the attendees to the ACF National Conference. On your screen is the orientation booklet, so to speak. And we're literally going to go through this. What we would like is everyone is going to stay on mute. And as you have questions on anything that we have covered, or even anything that you are anxious about us covering, put it in the chat. Myself, Brother Sam Abonaya, Chisholm Onyenezi, and Damilola Jolayemi, as well as Sheon Onalaru, if she's still on the call, we will be answering questions for you in that chat. So if anybody asks a question, please allow one of us to answer that question. And if we do not know the answer, we will table it and provide it for you at a later time. But we really think we've got all of the questions and answers in this orientation. You guys ready? All right, let's go. The national conference is here. Okay, I am not a fan of reading PowerPoint, so I would really encourage you to look at what is being shared on the screen. We're going to touch on a few elements as we go through this, okay? So we have an opportunity to try new things with this conference. We're doing an in-person conference as well as a virtual conference. And what matters, this is the first piece that I want you guys to know, and we're going to stay on this for just a second here, is that you know who to communicate with. For the national conference, the executive board inducted, put 3 of us co-chairs in place. I am one. My name is Foluke Pope, and I am one of the co-chairs, along with Damilola Jolayemi and Chisholm Onyenezi. And I would like to give a moment for Dami and Chisholm to welcome you all to the call and to the conference.
Dami, you can go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Damilola Jolayemi from the ACF Los Angeles chapter, one of the co-chairs for the conference. Thank you for calling in. We're looking forward to having everyone in California in a few days. So I'm one of your point of contact folks, and I'll let Chisholm introduce herself.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chisholm Onyenezi. I am ecstatic to be y'all's co-chair, to co-chair with Dami and Foluke. They are rock stars. They are super awesome, and it's going to be a great conference. Like Foluke said, whatever questions you guys have, we're more than capable to answer it. And if you are stumped, then we'll find an answer for you.
Thank you so much, Chisholm. So we have the contact information for these 3 beautiful, they look amazing. Do you see these pictures? 3 beautiful ladies on the screen. And they are beautiful. Our African women are something else. But anyways, their contact information is on the screen, phone numbers, email addresses, however it is that you can reach them. I like to think that we are representing this organization well, carrying ourselves in a Christ-like manner and with elegance. Okay. Next, ACF in Cali. This is what you guys are looking forward to. Our sunshine and our beaches. It's going to be amazing. The weather is already nice. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just perfect. And there will be opportunities for you to enjoy the local sites. We've heard in the past that people did not get to enjoy anything outside of the hotel when they attended some of the conferences, but that is not going to be the case here. Arrive early on Wednesday and you will have an opportunity to enjoy the sites. On Saturday, we're making it a part of the program for you to enjoy Southern California. Please take advantage of it. Next, we have our virtual conference. This is just a little snippet about the virtual conference. You will find more details at the end of this call, but the ACF USA conference is going to take place both virtually and in person. And if you have not already registered for the virtual conference, please go to the Linktree site that is posted here, and you will find an option to register for the virtual ACF in Cali. Okay, further information about the virtual conference, we will talk through it at the end of this program. Jamie, did you want to click on the link just for them to see? Okay. I saw your mouse hovering on it.
Yes. Let me open it. I need to put my other.
Okay, don't worry. You have plenty of opportunities to open up Linktree in this orientation. All right, so then we have the in-person conference, and we're going to focus on this for the majority of this presentation. And because we are limited to 1 hour, we are asking that you put questions into the chat. Dami, Chisholm, Brother Sam will be answering questions in the chat along with Sister Shaun. So thank you guys for doing that. The ACF USA conference will take place at the Hilton Orange County, Costa Mesa. Now, if you did not already get a room, please reach out to our executive director, Brother Sam Agbonaya, to request a room, okay? I think that's all I'm going to say about the room registrations right now, but the hotel rooms for the Hilton are already filled up. If you did not get a room at this time, and I should say filled up at the ACF pricing, okay? So if you need further information about hotel stay, please reach out directly to the executive director. Travel expectations. COVID-19, that's a very big thing right now. The pandemic, it's not behind us. It still seems to be with us. So ACF USA, the executive board, we're not taking that lightly at all. We have put measures in place. There was a COVID-19 policy that went out, and the stance now, due to recent events and communication, the stance right now is as follows. All individuals, vaccinated and non-vaccinated, will wear masks while indoors at all times, okay? Except while you're putting food in your mouth and eating, okay? And we have a COVID-19 group of volunteers that will assist to provide gentle reminders for those who are seen not wearing a mask, and they will also have masks to provide in case somebody happens to have forgotten it. Okay. Transportation. Okay, how early can Wednesday arrival be? Oh, that's a great question. As early as you want to. Some people are arriving at 6 a.m. If you booked a hotel stay that starts Wednesday, check-in is usually 3 p.m. for hotels here. So if you're trying to get into a hotel, I would say probably around 3. But the registration tables and the registration team will be available starting at 9 a.m. Wednesday, August 4th. Okay. Transportation. We encouraged everyone to fly into SNA, that is the John Wayne Airport in Orange County. For those who chose to fly into LAX, we are providing transportation from LAX to Hilton Costa Mesa. It may not look exactly the same for everyone, but that is something that we have a transportation team handling the scheduling of that. Okay, so if you need transportation, someone keeps unmuting themselves, please stop doing that. If you need transportation from LAX, click on the Linktree link and you can select LAX shuttle and put in your flight information, and it will get to the transportation team and they will help to coordinate you, and they will also communicate with you how you will get to the Hilton Costa Mesa. Okay. Again, we are sharing the screen so you can read the information. If you have questions as we're going through this, please put the questions in the chat. I will stop on occasion to go through the questions to make sure I'm answering anything in the chat. And Dami and Chisholm, if I'm missing anything, please feel free to jump in here. Okay. Someone was asking a question about the COVID-19. Again, everyone, vaccinated or not, will be required to wear a mask. Okay. Now, getting settled. Starting Wednesday, August 4th, registration will open at 9 a.m. There will be hospitality available in the form of welcome packages that contain food for those attending or those arriving early. So if you have questions as to where to get your welcome package, please contact Sister Victoria Lyle or go down to the registration desk and we will be able to provide you with guidance on that. Wednesday evening, there's a meet and greet for the children, the youth, and the YA. It's going to be really easy to find where they are. It's literally right around the corner from the registration table. So they will have their own area where they will be not just, hello, hi, my name is, here's my little name tag sticker. No, it's going to be like fun, music, dancing, games, and board games, and maybe even an ice cream social and just different things like that. So if you have children, I believe it's from 0 to 9 is the children. Takor, I don't know if she's on here, she can correct me. And the youth is from 10 to 17, and then YA is from 18 to 35. So encourage them to participate in the meet and greet on Wednesday night. When you check in registration, everyone will get a name tag. We encourage you to wear your name tag throughout the entirety of this conference. There's going to be name tag scanned during meals, so we don't want anyone losing it because we're not replacing them. You definitely don't want to be put in a position to replace them. So please keep those name tags on. And there's also going to be a registration nice and easy for your children too. So that way your children can be identified with the parent. Tourism, we mentioned this just a little bit before the call kicked off, but there will be a tourism booklet inside of every single program. And that will give you a list of options for where to go as you are trying to figure out Southern California. There's so many places, whether you want to visit a park, you want to go to an amusement park and see rides, you want to go to a museum, you want to go to a botanical garden, you want to just have a spa day, or you just want to go shopping at the mall, or you want to go to the beach and relax. We have all of those options with names and a rating for you as to how much it's going to cost you, right? From nothing to $4 signs. So that way you can prepare yourself for what it is you want to spend on yourself and your family. So expect to see that. And throughout the conference, we ask that you take pictures and post it on social media with the hashtag ACF in Cali. That way those who are not here will know that they missed out, but also because you're just having a blast. All right, am I missing any questions before I go on to the next thing here? For those virtual attendees who are registered virtual, this will cover the virtual orientation as well. So we will touch on that towards the end, if that's okay. Okay. Can an in-person attendee use the virtual platform? They are two different prices, right? So in person, there's one price point, registration, and for virtual, there's a different price point, registration. If there's a reason why you need to do both, just note that having an in-person does not automatically give you access to the live stream virtual. So that is something that you would want to go ahead and register for. And there's no free way to do it. So if there's an excruciating circumstance why you feel like you're in person, you pay for in person and you need to get access to the live stream, feel free to reach out to myself, Dami, or Chisholm, and we will walk you through that. Okay, thank you. All right. Trying to make sure I'm not missing any questions. Do flights to California require passengers to produce COVID-19 test results? I am unaware of that as a requirement, but I'm also not the airline. So please talk to your specific airline. That is not a California policy that I am aware of. That's not a United States policy that I'm aware of. And, you know, the states kind of fly amongst each other. So I would think that it would apply for all the states. So I do not know that, but please check with your airline. Okay. Yes, if you are registering, you can still continue to register. We're still getting registrations, and that's okay. Some people, you know, are waiting to see how things are with the pandemic or their schedule or whatever before they register. We're still taking registrations, even up until the day. So if you arrive at the conference at 9 a.m. on Thursday and you want to register, that's perfectly fine. We will definitely accept you in. Oh, good question. The tourism, if you are transporting to the tour for any of the tours, just keep in mind that what we're providing in the booklet are tours that are going to be within a 12-mile range of the Hilton, Orange County, Costa Mesa. So Uber, some are walking distance, so it's totally up to you how you want to get there. And we do have some shuttle service available, but we can coordinate that as needed. All right, on to the meals. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For breakfast, everyone will receive a coupon from their hotel stating, you know, where to go for breakfast. For the Hilton Costa Mesa, breakfast will take place at the Catalina Ballroom, and it will be a hotel coupon. What they're doing is all of the ACF people we will eat together in our own place. The hotel guests are having breakfast outside. Okay, but we are having breakfast inside in the Catalina Ballroom. If you are staying in a room where there's more than 2 people, please know that when you check in for your hotel room, you need to let the hotel know that you need additional breakfast coupons, okay, because they will only give you 2. So if you have 5 people in your hotel room, please note to ask them for an additional 3 breakfast coupons. It may cost a few extra dollars depending on the hotel, but definitely make sure that they are aware of that. As far as lunch and dinner, badges will be scanned for lunch and dinner on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Even for the banquet, we're going to be scanning badges to make sure that those who registered for the conference get into the banquet. And those who registered only for the banquet will also receive a tag of some sort that will be scanned to make sure that they have proper authorization to go into the banquet as well. Okay, volunteers. Okay. All right, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So thank you, Chisholm and Sean. I see Sean is tackling these questions. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, for volunteers, we had a volunteer call just right before this one. We're so grateful for our volunteers, and there's so many different areas to volunteer, from prayer to transportation to children, youth, and YA. There's just a lot, and we are grateful for you. Please check in for your volunteer positions at the registration table. That will be like the meetup spot, at least to provide direction as to where to go. Okay, so a booklet of volunteer positions will be available at the registration table in case others want to volunteer as well. It's not too late. You can even volunteer in person when you arrive to the hotel. Children. Takor is the leader of the children. Takor Nyang is the leader of the children under 10 years old. She has an amazing program outlined for them, starting from morning worship with the adults. After that, they go off on their own, okay? And the children will have their own morning session and their own evening session on Thursday and Friday. They will join the adults all day on Saturday to enjoy an outing and go and, see all of the Southern California sites. For check-in, children will be given a purple wristband, so that way that we can easily spot them anywhere in the hotel. We see a child with a purple wristband, they're ours, okay? Also, we will have a sticker identification for parents and child that is exactly the same. So child A will have a sticker that matches parent A. Child B will have a sticker that matches parent B. So at pickup, your child or the volunteer will ask to see your name tag and the sticker to make sure they're giving you the right child. Okay, it's just a bit of a check and balance. We don't want to lose any of our children at this conference, and I'm sure you would appreciate that. For the youth, Ebuka and Ifi are the leaders of the youth 10 to 17, and they've got an amazing program, including a spiritual experience Thursday and Friday night for the youth, and everything is just catered to how they learn and how they engage, especially focused on their identity as Africans and their spiritual identity as Christians. Okay, so all of that will take place. The children and the youth start their mornings with the adults, praise and worship collectively together, and then they will leave at 9:30 immediately after praise and worship to start their own sessions. The youth will have wristbands, but they're not gonna need you to, pick them up. We think they know who their parent is. Well, they'll be fine. Okay. If you have questions, reach out to Ebuka or to Ifi. Their contact information is below. For the sake of time, I am not having any of the leaders introduce themselves. I hope that's okay. If we have time at the end, I will come back to that. Young adults. Young adult board members are the leaders of the adults 18 to 34 years old. I keep saying 35, but you know what I mean. Okay. They are led by the president, Sister Ifunanya Omiokachie, and Sister Fisayo Ogunmola. Their contact information is here if you want to reach out to them. They are mainly having all of their sessions, most of their sessions, with the adults, right? But there are going to be key components like the bonfire that will be young adult specific, okay? So hangout on Wednesday night, bonfire on Thursday night, and there may be a few elements throughout the conference. So just look for, just young adult schedules where they separate or deviate from the adults. Okay, vendors. Before I go on to vendors, let me see if there's any questions that need to be answered. Okay. Someone's talking about supervising their children during meals. I hope no one has a problem with that. Please supervise your children. A lot of concern about children screaming and running around. We will not have that in this conference. Thank you. Okay. All right. We will have all of the sightseeing information made available electronically and in print form during the conference. The youngest age for the children, that is a great question. I believe the age group as seen here for children is anyone under 10. So they will have people carrying, if you don't want your 3-month-old child that is still nursing with the children, you can take your 3-month-old child with you. But if you feel like your child can benefit from being a part of the children's program, they have a program that allows for nap time and activities. So whatever you feel is a good appropriate age for your child to participate. All right. Vendors. We are having vendors at the conference. They will be showcasing their wares, selling their products. We just ask that you support them. You don't have to buy everything that they have, but definitely support the vendors because they are supporting ACF with their own donations and payment for those tables. So vendors, if you yourself are a vendor, if you have a small business that you're showcasing at the conference, setup is between 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. And teardown is between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. each night. Parking is $10. That is not covered in your vendor registration. So please take that into consideration when attending the conference. Fundraising. The fundraising banquet, I should say. The gala, the fundraising banquet will take place at the Pacific Ballroom. That's where most everything for the general session is going to be. It's going to be in the Pacific Ballroom on banquet level 2. So just by way of a quick explanation, I don't know if other states have this, but in California, we have a lot of this, where our lobby floor, level floor 1, and then we have floors underneath, okay? So in the Hilton Hotel, you're going to see that the hotel rooms are up above, okay, from, I don't know, first story to 40th, something like that, okay? But the meeting rooms are down below. So we will have our youth on banquet level 1, and the general session for all adults will be on banquet level 2, which is basically 2 floors below the main lobby, okay? So that is where the banquet will also take place. There will be signs for those who are not already attending the conference to be able to find the banquets rather easily. Banquet starts at 7 p.m. promptly, right, Dami? Promptly. Food will be served at 7:30. If you come at 7:45, don't ask for them to bring out salad again. They already did that, done. So please be on time. If you have invited a guest, tell them to be on time. That means checked in and in their seats on time, not like parking at 7 o'clock. I'm just saying. Dress code, African formal. There's going to be lots of opportunities for pictures. There's going to be like a backdrop where you can take pictures and post on social media. So for those who, care about such things, it's going to be an amazing night. The purpose is to raise funds for the ACF USA projects in Africa. You guys know what they are. They need funds. We're supporting them. This is why we do what we do. It's not about us. It's about the impact that we're going to have across our communities, across our nation, and across the continent to Africa. Departure. Okay, we set the conference specifically with the dates of Wednesday, August 4th to Sunday, August 8th. So that way people would come and leave at those times. So you wouldn't miss any part of the conference. The banquet is expected to go till at least 11 p.m. on Saturday night. So you would want to leave on Sunday. So departure, we're encouraging it to be on Sunday. There will be no conference program on that day. Breakfast will be available. Check with your hotel again for that with the meal tickets, the breakfast coupons, etc. For those at the Hilton Costa Mesa, breakfast will be outside in a tent. That's where they have all of their hotel guests. And that's only for Sunday morning, okay? Will be outside in the tent. They call it some fancy Porto Chateau, something like that, fancy term, but it's outside in the tent, okay? And if you are flying out on Sunday, plan to leave so that you arrive to the airport 2 hours before your flight. It doesn't matter which airport you're going to, you want to plan to be there 2 hours before. You just don't know what the traffic inside the airport is going to be like, and we don't want to hear about anybody missing their flight. Okay, we want everything to go smoothly for this entire conference, from the time you leave your home to the time you arrive back. Okay, let me see if there's any questions in the chat. Okay, as far as parking is concerned, yep, somebody asked the question in the chat, $10 per day. Okay, for those who are not able to attend the in-person and you are looking to attend virtually online, there's a different registration for the online. So go ahead and check out the link tree, click on that and register for online. If there is any reason that you feel ACF should be involved in that conversation, reach out to Dami, myself, or Chisholm, and we will provide guidance. Okay, but the online and the in-person are 2 different registrations with 2 different costs, not connected with each other. Conference theme: a community making great impact. The planning committee, the national board, in the local planning committee, this is something that we continue to focus on while putting together this conference, is that we want to emphasize the community that is ACF, your individual communities within your chapters, within your regions, within ACF, and then nationally, all of us together. But we also want to focus on how this conference will impact us as a community, but even more so how we will impact the world, right? We're not just meeting together to feed and fellowship and fellowship. That's not what the Great Commission is about. We're here to do those things to fellowship so that we can fill ourselves up to impact the world outside, to bring others to Christ, to meet their needs, to make great impact. So be on the lookout for emphasis on that, and also plan to take that away from this conference. Let that be the lingering question in your mind, is how is this meeting, how is this breakout session, how is this youth conference or this YA bonfire going to help me make great impact on the lives of others? Here's a sneak peek about the breakout sessions. Mickey Mouse is not attending the breakout sessions. I just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek of Disneyland for those who love the mouse. But the breakout sessions will include such topics as prepare for great impact. Okay, talking about the ACF family. Position for great impact is part 2 of Thursday, and that's candid conversations, talking real candidly about crucial topics. Practice for great impact. We're working on connecting career networks, okay? And then produce for great impact, refining gold. How are we producing? So those are just a sneak peek. I believe another sneak peek of the schedule for the program was already sent out. Some of you guys saw that. It details what is happening at what time so you guys can plan ahead. Conference life. This is for you guys who are planners like myself. What does a day at the conference look like? It should look something like this. A workout session with the fitness in the fitness room. The YA team is putting together a fitness workout for those who want to get up early in the morning and get their workout on. Start your day off right. Okay, don't let this conference be an excuse for why you didn't run the 2 miles you normally run, or why you ate that extra slice of cake that you normally wouldn't eat. I'm not preaching to the choir here. Okay, 7:30 breakfast. Breakfast is basically from 7 to 9. Okay, but a lot of you guys want to show up till 7:30 or 8 o'clock. That's fine. But know that the conference itself will kick off at 9 o'clock. There is going to be prayer time at 8:45. Let's just say between 8:30 to 8:50, the prayer team will meet at the ballroom and pray over the conference, pray collectively. Okay, and then at 9 o'clock, we start worshiping together. 9 a.m. worship together. The children and the youth and the YA will be there for the worship. Everyone, every family member, everybody will be at the Pacific Ballroom at 9 o'clock worshiping God together. And then at 9:30, when praise and worship ends, the youth will be taken to their conference. The children will be escorted to their rooms, and the sessions for the adults and the YA will continue. 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., we have lunch. Okay, again, remember your name tags because the QR codes will be scanned. At 2 o'clock, we will start breakout sessions for the adults. This is the adults' typical day. At 2 o'clock, there will be breakout sessions. There will be 2 sets of breakout sessions, part 1 and part 2, as outlined above, where from 2 to 3:30 will be part 1, and then from 4 to 5:30. We're intentionally including like 30-minute breaks in between so you guys can hug, haven't seen you, here's my number, and do all of those things. So you're not just running from one thing to the next thing. It's like, and I gotta sit down and it's starting and I'm already late. I didn't even get a chance to use the restroom or get water. There won't be any of that. You've got time to mingle and relax and sit quietly, peacefully, composed in your chair before the next session starts. 6 p.m. is dinner in the Catalina Ballroom. Name tags, please. And after that, we will have a spiritual experience. The youth will have a spiritual experience. The children will be with the parents in the evening. So anything after 8 o'clock p.m. or yes, when dinner's over, the children will be with their parents. The youth, those that are 10 to 17, will have their own spiritual experience in their meeting room. Okay, but there will be a spiritual experience where they're getting to know God. They are praising, worshiping, maybe even dancing. And they have youth pastors that will be speaking to them about the gospel, okay? And the adults, you guys will be experiencing the same thing on a, bigger notch. And then at 10 p.m., the adults are probably still hanging around talking to each other or praising God some more. And the youth and the YA will hang out and just, decompress and chat and kick it, chill, whatever it is that they do at 10 o'clock in their hangout sessions. Things to bring. I'm going to go over this really quickly, and we want to open it up for questions in about 5 minutes. But we are Christians. Wear modest swimwear, casual clothing, because it's still Southern California and you're going to be running around and about. So be comfortable. But even as I say that, bring at least one layer of warm clothing. And when we say warm in California, we don't mean like, big old parkas or anything like that. Just, like a light cardigan, because it can get a little chilly at night. Tennis shoes, sunscreen, the Bible, because yeah, we're Christians and we do want you to have quiet time with God. Spending money, because there's shopping. Husbands, your wife needs another purse. I'm just saying. If you didn't buy that fabulous formal African attire before you came, there's plenty of places where you will find a little something to wear. Okay, and then bring personal medications, bring your masks, bring extra masks for COVID-19. Okay, your toiletries and business cards. Networking. We have so many amazing doctors, lawyers, attorneys, engineers, right? Teachers, politicians, everybody within African Christian Fellowship. Bring your business card, pass along some information. And Yele did something amazing with the QR codes this year. You can scan anybody's QR code and you will have their contact information to store in your phone. You'll have to ask them for their number though, but at least you will have their name to store into your phone to at least start that first step. Now leave these things at home. Yes, we're Christian, but sometimes, different levels of maturity. Do not bring anything that's inappropriate. Clothing, we don't need to see all the parts that God wanted you to save for your spouse. Anything that's written that's inappropriate, please leave that at home. Even the excess technology, leave that at home too. Just plan to have a really good time with your ACF family. Look at that handsome man. Look at our executive director. Brother Sam Ogbonaya has helped to make this whole thing happen. Can we please give him an applause? Please. Is he not an amazing executive director? He is absolutely amazing to work with. He is hands down a great leader, a guide, diplomatic, charismatic, level-headed. Thank you for making this whole planning such a breeze. We appreciate you and just wanted to acknowledge you. And if you guys have questions, if there's anything Dami, Chisholm, myself do not know the answers to, we look to the man who looks to the man. we ask Brother Sam, but we're just grateful for his leadership. Here's a quick map of the hotel meeting spaces. We've highlighted in green where things are going to be, so you guys can kind of give a visual. The lobby is where Catalina Ballroom 1 and 2, I know you can't see my mouse, but Catalina Ballroom 1 and 2 are located, and that lobby, that's on that main floor I was telling you about. That's where we will eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day except for Saturday night. Okay, and then we have the Newport Beach in that middle where it says banquet level 1. Newport Beach is where the youth will be. And then we have the Pacific Ballroom is where the main session will take place. Okay, now on to the last stretch, the virtual conference, which I continue to get questions in the chat about. Okay, the virtual conference is taking place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, it's basically the same elements of the in-person conference, but happening virtually. Okay, and registration, as I mentioned, is on its own. It has its own registration link, and each person will receive a unique access to the Zoom platform. Unique. meaning don't share it with your friend and them, your uncles and them. It's going to be unique to you. So you with your email address can log in. If your uncle and them want their email or want to see the Zoom of the conference, ask them to go ahead and register, because this conference costs a lot of money to put on. So please don't shortchange us on that. Please, we really appreciate you for all the hard work that's been put into this. Okay. Those who register for the online conference will be given access to all the general meeting sessions and also access to the in-person, the breakout rooms. There will be virtual breakout rooms for those attendees. Yes, so one more view of a nice little beach. We have these little coves in ACF. So thank you for attending our orientation, and we will open it up for questions. If I missed any questions, if your question was already asked in the chat or I've already answered it, please try not to ask it again, so that way we can leave room for those who have a different question. Any questions?
I have a question. Do people need to come with their COVID vaccination certificate?
The request right now is due to the current CDC guidelines. The executive board is asking for two things. Everyone vaccinated or non-vaccinated will wear a mask through the entirety of the conference. So there's no need to show proof of vaccination because you're still wearing a mask, except while eating, right? So vaccinated or non-vaccinated, wear a mask. The other thing that the executive board is asking is that during registration, each person completes an acknowledgement form regarding COVID-19, okay? Basically stating that you do not have any symptoms, you did not come to this conference knowing that you had COVID, and that you will agree to wear a mask during the entirety of the conference. So I hope that answers your question, but we will not be collecting vaccination forms at this conference. Any other questions?
From me. You know, we usually like to interact during meals. Considering the COVID situation, did you consider the possibility of people having to take their meals to their rooms?
Okay, that is a great question. What I will communicate, and I will also open it up for Brother Sam or Chisholm or Dami to jump in as well. But what we're communicating is what the executive board has requested of us. If individuals want to do something extra and above for the sake of, let's say, their own personal health, they can choose to eat in their rooms. We're not going to tell you not to do that. What we are asking is that when you are not eating, whether you're interacting, saying hello to that brother or that sister, when you're not eating, to please, for your safety and for the safety of others, wear your mask. I believe Brother Bishop Eugene had his hand up.
Yes, please. I may have missed it because I was doing something at the office, but we had filled out a form for those who would like to share rooms, and that's been weeks ago, and I know I haven't heard anything about that. And then I think I heard you say that there are no more rooms at the hotel. So if you're already registered, your airline ticket is booked, and how do we get that situation resolved so we know it's already Wednesday and we'll be traveling?
That is a great question. See, there was going to be one thing we forgot to mention on here. So for those who are looking to share rooms, I'm going to ask that you reach out to myself, Chisholm, or Dami, any of us, and we will address your question offline. Right now, if you have not already booked a room, we're asking people to contact the executive director, Brother Sam Bonaya, but you're asking to share a room, if I'm understanding. You're not just asking to book a room, you're asking to share in case someone else has also put on their list, like, hey, I have a room, I want to share with somebody, then we can help pair you up. So we do have a team working on that, and we can reach out to you. Myself, Dami, if we can take down Bishop Eugene, I'm sorry, I can't see your full last name, but
Wellington.
Wellington.
Okay, if we can reach out to you afterwards.
Okay,
Yes,
we're
sir.
looking for Bishop Eugene Wellington and him. This comment is just specific to him. I will call you after this meeting. I had a request earlier about somebody who has a room and is looking for roommates. I'll pair both of you together, so your situation should be taken care of.
Okay, thanks.
And that's now for the other comments about those who have not already booked their rooms and who are not on the list of people who sent their names to me in advance. We're going to try to work with you to get rooms, but just know that it's going to be very difficult if I don't have you on my list already and you still have not booked your room by now. We'll do what we can to get that resolved, but those who are already on my list and you have been waiting for me to get back to you with your room assignments, that will be completed today. We've taken care of those and we will get back to you at the end of today. Any other requests for rooms, I'll be interested in talking with you, but just know it's going to be difficult.
Can I quickly say something towards that? This is Brother Jude. Certain things may happen on the very day. We know that. We've been to a conference, but not in ACF. I've been to several conferences. Things will happen on that very day. Situations, but we just pray God that no emergency of any kind. But within, confusions may come, room issues, and this and that and that. So certain things can be arrested right there and then. If we're just to make yourself available, present your case, and I believe you'll be heard of. Anybody who do come in, we do. I mean, we have one way or another. You'll be accommodated. I want to believe so.
Thank you so much. Do we have any additional questions?
Yes, I do. Maybe you have already addressed it. My question is that I've already paid for the in-person conference, but for some reason, I won't be there in person. So I want to register for the virtual conference. In that case, will the fee for the virtual conference be waived?
So I believe Sister Shim Onalaru put in the chat. If you have such a situation, please email her directly at admin@acfusa.org. We will take those situations case by case and address them. So if you can email admin@acfusa.org, that would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, admin.
Hi, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, for those who are staying at the DoubleTree by Hilton, this is the second hotel that was made available with the ACF pricing, and it's 7 minutes away from the Hilton. Will there be a shuttle available for us to get to the venue, or do we have to figure that out on our own?
That is another great question. With regards to the shuttles, we do have the head of the transportation team on this call. That is something that we can consider. So from what I'm hearing, we'll probably need to pick up maybe around 8:30. So that way you guys can arrive to the Hilton Costa Mesa before 9 a.m. I don't see that being a difficulty, but that is something that the transportation team will take into consideration. And what I will ask too is for those in that situation, fill out, I guess it's not the LAX shuttle, but you may still want to fill out that shuttle form so at least we know how many people need to be transported from the DoubleTree to the Hilton Costa Mesa. That's a great question. And we're going to need to circle back on that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we had another question, Brother Shegun.
It's just a comment to add to what you have said earlier on about the airport pickup. Please remind members to use the same name and phone number they have given us when they are calling. This will allow for quick and accurate recognition of the caller, because sometimes you are calling myself or I don't recognize your phone number, I might not answer right away. So please make sure you use the same phone number and the name for quick recognition.
And while you are that, my brother, also, yes, those of us that will be involved at the airport, would there be any, maybe have a display? You can just say, maybe not your name, just say ACF 2021. we can just identify it. Maybe that will help also.
Right.
If you have any kind of display, colorful display, whatever, say ACF 2021, we know, okay, or you can put your name, if you have to, put your name below that. So whoever is looking for you can just identify you right away.
Thank you, Brother Jude. I know that the transportation team have a process and a communication in place for each of those who completed the LAX shuttle form. I was prompted to remind you all that for those who are attending the in-person conference, know that on Wednesday especially, there's no eating of outside food in the hotel. So when you receive your welcome packet on Wednesday from 5 to 7 from the hospitality team, you'll be given a welcome packet for those who so desire. We are requesting that you take that welcome packet and consume it in your room, or at least outside of the ACF designated meeting rooms. Okay, that way we respect the hotel's request.
You know, they will see it one way or another. They will see it during cleanup and all that.
Thank you, but that is our request. Thank you so much, attendees, in-person attendees, for honoring that. Yes, we will send out this communication, this orientation presentation to everyone. It will be made available electronically. We're going to add these 2 questions. I don't know if somebody can make a note of that for me. The question in regards to pickups from other hotels and the question in regards to the rooms for those who are sharing rooms. We did not address that, and I'd like to include that before we send this out electronically. Okay. Okay, yes, we are sharing the conference schedule for those who didn't get to take a look at it. Take a look at it so that way you're kind of excited about all the topics that are going to be covered. Visit the Linktree/ACF in Cali link. It's got everything in there. It really does. And we'd appreciate if you guys go to that one place to register for the virtual conference, register for the in-person conference, volunteer, donate. We're still looking for donation items. Click on donation and you'll see all the list of things that we're looking for. That would be so greatly appreciated. There would be no thermometers checking temperatures. The COVID policy is everyone wears a mask. So there would be no thermometers checking temperatures. The link for the virtual has been sent out for the past few weeks, but we will make it, it actually is available in the Linktree. So if you click on that Linktree/ACF in Cali, you will see the link for the virtual conference. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe they meant the actual link. So if you register, you will receive your, remember it's gonna be a unique, very unique to your email link to the Zoom call. Health-related emergencies, we have a medical team already in place. They will be on call in case there is any issues. The hotel has also assured us that there is a, there is a hospital and a clinic within 1 mile or 2 miles from the hotel. They do not have any medical services on their own staff, but everything is within 1 mile or 2. And like we said, we have our own medical, we've got doctors, we've got nurses, but we have specific ones volunteered to care for you all during this conference. Okay, there's a question about the hotel's breathing issues. I'm not certain I understand that one. So if anyone, Dami or Chisholm, can take that, or Sean, that would be great. If you filled out the LAX shuttle form already, we are communicating with you all now. You should expect communication by the end of this weekend. A schedule is being put in place in regards to pickup times. So the communication, if you have not received one already, you will receive it very shortly, but know that you will be taken care of either way. Okay.
Foluke,
go ahead, sir.
I may jump in. The question that has to do about breathing issues is talking about emergencies. I think typically what hotels do, they will dial 911. If that's any such emergency, they don't take on that responsibility on their own. And this same will apply to this hotel. And the same will be true for, we know we have doctors of all sorts and nurses of all sorts, but we don't expect them to handle those kinds of emergencies. The most they can do is to provide first aid while we're down 911. So we'll follow the same protocols.
Yes. Thank you very much for clarifying. I did not understand that, but I appreciate you jumping in. All right, you guys, we are past our hour, but you guys did fabulous. Thank you for the questions that have been posed. Hopefully we've answered all of them. Again, we will provide this orientation information electronically for you all to review. It will also be printed and made visible at the conference for those who were not able to join this call and they just kind of want to flip through. You will be welcomed by an amazing team of hospitality people and registration people and prayer team people and children, youth, and YA people. But I don't know if Brother Remy Sachon is still on this call. He is. We do want to give a shout out to the president of the local planning committee as well for making this even grander, as grand as possible, for the reception that you will receive here at the ACF in Cali. So Brother Remy, would you like to say a word before we close out?
And before we close out too, as Remy is speaking, I noticed Brother Zewi is on the line. And if you like to give him an opportunity to speak to the folks before they hang up.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we are excited that we are going to be your first port of call after COVID, and we promise we'll make it worth your while. So, waiting for you. Come on back.
Thank you so much. All right, Brother Sam wanted to recognize another speaker. I apologize, I did not hear the name.
No, Brother Emmanuel Nzewi, our National Board Secretary.
Oh, perfect.
On the
Would you
line.
like to say a word to us, please?
Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I just want to thank, first of all, Fuluke Chisom and Dami for the excellent job you've done already. And with our admin, Sister Shinwa Nalaru, working obviously in the background with Yele. Thank you all for what you've done already. We are expectant of a fabulous experience in California in a few days. I should be getting there on Tuesday, and so I'll be there very early on Wednesday at the hotel. So I'm looking forward to it, and I look forward to seeing everyone. I think, COVID is sort of rearing its ugly head, but we should go expecting great things in California, and we will come out of this with very, very broad smiles on our face. And thank you again, Fuluke Chisom and Dani, for what you've done in organizing things. God bless you.
Thank you. And thank you to our National Executive Board for providing direction, making decisions, and just making this all happen, and for trusting Chisholm, Dami, and myself with such great responsibility. We do not take it lightly. All right, so someone is asking for the contact information of the chairs. We will put that information in, but just to make it really easy, Foluke at acfusa.org, Dami at acfusa.org, or Chisholm at acfusa.org.
I want to say something, Mrs. Pope. Anyone that is interested in any issue concerning transportation, you should go ahead and give my phone number so that they do not bug you every second of the day, but call me for any question regarding transportation.
Okay, and that is Brother Lawrence Olayole. And so in the age of technology, I pray you do not shame me for not knowing his number by heart.
Wow.
I know his house number by heart because I grew up saying that over and over again. I don't even know his cell phone number by heart.
323.
I got it. I got it.
Shame.
I know. Did I not say don't shame me now? Now you shame me. Okay, so that is for Brother Lawrence Olayole. Now I'm gonna have to memorize it, right? But thank you for taking on all of the responsibility along with Brother Shegun Bolaji for the transportation of our very wonderful guests arriving into LAX. No, we're not picking up from Long Beach, so sorry. But LAX, we got you. We got you. All right, thank you all. I pray that this was meaningful and it provided some clarity to any and all the questions that you guys had about the conference. Pray you guys have an excellent and wonderful day. Stay blessed.
Thank you.